Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Guys, welcome to another edition of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Tyler Wright in the house, Gatwood, and RC. What's up?
What's good, gang?
What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. Feel good to be back, especially after my vacation. Feel like I've been gone for a long time, man. I didn't even want to go to work today, to be honest.
Where you went?
Man, I went to Kissimmee, Florida. It's near Orlando. Yeah,
Kissimmee?
dude. Yeah.
Kissimmee?
Yeah, it's a little small town near Orlando.
Hmm.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's real nice, man.
It must be what Daffy Duck is, because Mickey Mouse ain't in Kissimmee.
And I don't think a lot of people know about it. 'Cause I never heard of it.
I have.
Most people usually spend. What do you say, Tyler?
I have.
Okay, that's where you take your shotties.
I ain't got no shorties, man.
Yeah, okay, that's a lie. Well, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's talk about AJ Brown. You know, he came out and said he's the best receiver in Titans history. And apparently what got him to say that was a fan who was trolling him. And you know how the fans get underneath your skin. Actually, I have the tweet right here. The guy, his name is Henry Given Sunday. He said, "For the love of God, just stay off social media. You're already a villain. No need to make it a stupid villain." And AJ Brown said, "For the love of God, I was the best receiver to play for your franchise. Shut up and move on. You mad at the wrong person."
Jesus.
Hey, bro.
Probably ain't wrong. I mean,
He's not wrong. I mean, it's like he's saying he's the best.
Well,
He's the best. It's like Popeye is saying that the chicken sandwich was the best chicken they ever had. It's I mean, what you saying? Like, what are you comparing it to?
Not saying much at all.
exactly.
I wouldn't say he had the most potential as a Titan receiver. I say that, but I wouldn't say he's the best receiver in Titan history because he just haven't been on the field a lot.
Who's the best then?
Derrick Mason?
Derrick Mason, he's the best.
But was
he got all the stats, huh?
Was he in his prime when he was with the Titans?
Derrick Mason?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He got drafted by them, and then I'm thinking he got drafted, but I know he started with them, and then he went to the Ravens after that. He was good.
Okay.
Dude,
Did Derrick Mason play with McNair?
Yeah.
Yes, that was the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stat wise, I mean, Derrick Mason played with the Titans longer, and AJ Brown, how many full seasons have he had?
Derrick Mason was a two-time Pro Bowler. He played with the Jets, Texans, Ravens, Oilers, and 5,000 yards. You can pull up. I guarantee you that AJ Brown got 5,000 return yards. He got 5,000 return yards, 12,000 receiving yards. I mean, 66 touchdowns. You can't say.
I'm saying potentially he was going to be the best Titan receiver. He has the most athletic ability upside.
Mm-hmm.
He is the most talented out of Derrick Mason. You know, he just got more. He has more attributes than Derrick Mason, but he can't call himself the best because he didn't fulfill that place in Titan history. I mean,
It's tough. That's tough.
He only played he played one full season. That was his rookie year. Then he only played 13 games.
Yeah. That was kind of like one of those things where he just had to respond to a troll, which he shouldn't have said anything because, he had a couple calls with the Titans.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys need to they're just different, man. You can't argue with everybody on social media. Like, it just don't make sense.
I know. Like, some people not even, it's not even that important to respond to him. Like, even though he's a Titan fan, but still, man, you moved on. You with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's mad at you, but it is what it is, a business. That's all you can say about that.
The Titans
So
they're cheap, man. They should never let him walk.
well, I think it came down to the whole point of him staying healthy.
Well, I mean, 14, 13 games, that's not bad. I mean, I know he misses a couple games, but I'm just saying it's still hard to let him go. I mean, he's a great receiver. But, I mean,
Yeah, he is.
they did get Traylon Burks. I mean, who knows what he's going to be, but, I mean, I think he'll be pretty good. But who knows if he'll be AJ?
Traylon Burks been struggling, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, and like he was having I want to say a heat stroke, but he couldn't handle the Tennessee heat. I'm like, bro, you playing football in Arkansas? How you not conditioned to play in the South?
Well, I mean, but they also said that Jamar Chase couldn't catch before last year. Remember?
But this is different. This
A
is
little
like,
different, I think.
yeah, that's a little bit different. This is hydration. This is like being able to play in the heat, and he haven't been able to tough it out in practice because of the heat.
I mean, football's different, man. There's no more tour days. There's no more.
Yeah, it's none of that.
It's different, man. They're not conditioned the way they once were. So, I mean, to be in his defense, and that's my field. I know about getting a player ready to play sports. It's different. They don't do it enough. They don't condition themselves enough. They're not really going at it. They're not getting ready to play. That's why you see so many injuries because they took a lot of hitting through the week out of football. It's a lot of load management going on in all sports. They sitting on their butt more than they're doing anything, trying not to get hurt. And that's, if you play sports, you go out on the court or on the field and you kind of half-assing through whatever you're doing, you're going to get hurt. And so these guys, man, they go get a trainer and they go work out and, and then they think they're ready for football and they're not. You're not ready.
That's a whole conditioning process, especially in the South. If you playing any type of athletic sport outside, you need to be doing the most. You need to do most of your training outside, still in the building.
Well, you can't running up a hill, jumping rope. That's not football conditioning. You have to run and catch and be chased and run those what we used to call I think what they call where you had to run like I forgot what they actually call it. It's some conditioning that you do it's a lot of running. Football conditioning is just different, just like basketball. Just because you can play 21 in the yard or half court pickup ball, you got to run up and down that court. It's conditioning, man. So,
so you're saying Traylon Burks was in condition?
No, his guy failed him. I mean, you show up training camp, gas, get your money back. Get your money back.
Hey, it's on somebody.
When I think of football practice, man, I think of Oklahoma drills. Man,
yes.
You remember the adrenaline used to have before Oklahoma drills, man? That was different.
I know.
We're training to hurt each other.
Players.
Yeah, it's football.
Man. Yeah, these players these days don't want them problems, man. They trying to look all pretty. They don't want to get down and do them type of drills anymore. So y'all saw Jack Del Rio comments on Twitter.
What'd he say?
I really don't know what brought all this on. I don't follow him on Twitter, so.
What'd he say?
But he said something. He just went on a rant about something. I don't know. But he said about the Capitol and the protests in people's neighborhoods. And I guess he was talking about George Floyd or whatever. But he said he compared January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol to the 2020 racial justice protests. He said people's livelihoods are being destroyed, businesses are being burned down, no problem. Then we have a dust up at the Capitol, nothing burned down. We're gonna make that a major deal. And so Ron Rivera came out and fined Jack Del Rio $100,000. And he said his comments do not reflect the organization's views are extremely hurtful to our great community here in Washington.
Man, can I go first? I'm so tired.
Tyler, what you thinking? Yeah, Tyler, what you thinking about this?
RC said he going first.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm tired of human beings, man. I'm sure God in heaven, like, hey, listen, I should have kept them dinosaurs, man, because these humans, they some dumbasses, man. It's like every time somebody open their mouth, man, it's like I don't believe everybody's a racist. I don't believe everything everybody says is offensive. I mean, I don't take everything personal. Ron Rivera fined him $100,000. You didn't fire him. I mean, what the hell are you doing? Give my money back. I mean, this don't make sense, man. How we give like this even shouldn't like it only took off because it had racial undertone. Like they look for stuff like this. Any little thing you say now, let's get a story behind it and get it going and get all this energy behind it. He probably said this. That's his opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it, but why do we take stuff so personal? Like, who cares what Jack Del Rio? I didn't even know he was still coaching. And
I didn't know he was still coaching either.
That I want to call the Redskins, but I can't. It bothers me. So nobody cares, man. Like, just shut up, man.
This was all over ESPN. I was like, yo, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, first of all, Jack Del Rio is just an assistant, man. Like, nobody not paying attention to him. And what he said was a dust up. I'm like, first of all, you comparing apple to oranges of what happened. And then who's to say what happened at the Capitol? I mean, we saw on the news what happened. So, I mean, if those people did what they did, then they should get fined for it. Vice versa.
How you comparing a protest to a hostile takeover?
I don't know.
Why say anything, bro? Like, who asked for your opinion?
But because he really dived into conspiracy, talking about. He really said that because he really trying to say it was a conspiracy where it wasn't the right who stormed the Capitol. It was people dressed up as the right, Antifa. Like, I knew where he was trying to go, but I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah,
like, we don't know what's what. Jack like, up and down. Huh?
He's just making himself look like an idiot, really.
Yeah.
Kind of like he has no proof of nothing he's trying to insinuate. And then, what happened. So take it as a grain of salt. Don't be saying like crazy stuff like this on Twitter.
Oh man, he has a right. Listen, I know you feel that way. He has the right. Platforms and social media make.
That's because right. I mean, you should say it though.
I know you shouldn't say it, but it's like everybody has an opinion, and there's no way to stop it. You just got to stop putting microphones in front of these people's mouths, man. It's like, just because you can say it, don't mean you should. But I mean, it's a place for it in this world now. It's like, man, it's.
I ain't gonna say like you shouldn't. Yeah, say it, but it's gonna be consequences behind what you say.
Right.
I mean, you know who you are an employee of the NFL. First of all, the NFL, they lean a certain way. It's obvious. So why wouldn't you come out and say something so crazy, knowing that you're gonna get punished?
You know what's sad though? Labels create division. So you got right, left, middle, right,
exactly.
Corner. But when you die and you leave this world, ain't nobody gonna be like, here lies a great Republican. Nobody care about that. Like humans, bro. We do some of the labels create division, and when they label themselves, that's what animosity is. Like claiming a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid, man. Stupid. Just Del Rio your ass to sleep.
Because nobody ain't trying to hear that, bro. Like, especially coming off
He
Twitter.
the defensive
So you did
coordinator.
yourself. Yes,
I can't wait to play them.
he did himself like no justice at all. Cause
This is
there's always trolls on Twitter, always looking for somebody to tweet something so they can, they can put that person out there. So it didn't do him no justice for tweeting it. And now look at him now. He deleted his Twitter. He took that fine. So what you gain from this? Nothing.
man. I'm
So
looking at.
next time,
Hey man,
just delete that tweet.
you know who I blame? I blame the Saints.
Nah.
Hold on.
Because I I Google, and the first thing comes up, y'all gave him a job to coach first. The linebacker
I
coach.
did not know that.
1998. He coached 1 year. I've never seen this before in my life. When
He
you
was a
just
head coach.
He's a linebacker coach for 1 year from 98 to 98. That's what it says. Like they got him up out of there quick.
Ben,
But
that's
He's
just
an average coach.
Ben. That's just like you. Ben created the Hibbets virus. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler.
but y'all spread it. Y'all spread it.
I ain't spread nothing.
Y'all didn't do nothing to stop it. Y'all said let this thing burn. Y'all flame the fire. That's all y'all did to that virus.
That's crazy.
So guys at VOF, learn your lesson from Jack Del Rio.
You learn a lesson from Jack Del Rio.
I don't want to learn no lessons from Jack Del Rio, to be honest.
Well, you learned that lesson. So I saw something interesting on Twitter. It was a question. I think it was posted by Bleacher Report. They said, "Would you rather win 2 Super Bowls as a role player, or make the Hall of Fame with no rings?" Yeah, I'll let you take a stab at this.
Shoot, man, I want to be in the hall.
Yeah,
I swear, like no question, bro.
Bump the bling. So y'all not taking the rings?
No,
I honestly, dude, that's tough. Though. That really is tough. Like,
not tough, bro.
I'm taking the ring, bro.
RC, I'm surprised you taking the ring.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Give me an example of a role player. Like, am I Clay or am I Patrick Beverly?
Clay is not a role player.
Nah, we talking football.
Oh yeah, we're talking football. Sorry. Football. Football. I'm taking rings. And football.
Rings. Yeah.
Football, you taking rings.
Yeah.
Football.
What's the difference between rings in football and rings in NBA?
Well, in the NFL, like in the NBA, I feel like somebody like Steve Kerr or Robert Horry is like they were just in the right place at the right time. They contribute, but they were just every team they landed on was competing for a championship. And the National Football League, if you can win a Super Bowl, that's a big deal. Forget the Hall of Fame, bro. It's like
I agree with that.
That's you know how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like a role player, you could be like a number 2, number 3 receiver. You'd still contribute. But in football and basketball, it's different. If you're like a bench player that hardly plays and gets rings, I'd rather be in the Hall of Fame.
Let me tell you why you choose the Hall.
Talk to him, Ben.
You will always be recognized as the greats, no matter what. If you didn't win a Super Bowl or you did. Mm-hmm. And my second point is, don't players sell their rings all the time for money because they didn't make wild choices? I mean, so how much value is the rings instead of a gold jacket that's always gonna be there, and your statue and all your glory is gonna be in a room filled with other great players? And when people talk about you, they're gonna debate about how great you are. Your image gonna be all the place. Fans will never forget you.
But let me be honest with you. That's preferences. Because I think there's some players that's not in the Hall of Fame who don't have rings either. Like Fred Taylor's a Hall of Famer, but he's not in there. You know, it's a lot of players who are great players who are just awesome. They don't have Super Bowl rings and they're not in the Hall of Fame. So to me, the Hall of Fame don't define who's the very best. To me, it don't. I mean, because there's some guys. It's not fair for me to look at a guy that played in 1927, and say he played safety, and it was 6 teams, and then look at a guy playing safety like Sean Taylor, and Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu, and say, hey, that guy in 27 was better than the guy in 2000, whatever. It's like it's subjective.
RC,
It's whatever you like. Look how long it took
RC, you
T.O.
just
to get
made my
in.
point though. You just made my point. Realizing it. You just referenced a guy that played in like 1960s
Right, but
in the Hall of Fame, but he's in the Hall. They still bringing up guys that played in like 1950s and 1960s.
Not really,
Super
bro.
Bowl
I don't care about. I promise I don't
personal.
care about George Blanda.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's personal. Like that's your work. That's what you did. Like, yeah, the Hall of Fame is your work too. That's your peers saying you wanted the great. Because if you look at numbers, like it's a lot of great players like that's been waiting for years to get in the Hall of Fame, bro. I'm talking about for years. Like they just been waiting on this phone call.
I mean, they wasn't as great as they thought they were. They just waiting for a long period of time.
There's some guys.
If I'm going in a Hall first ballot, that means I'm that dude.
T.O. was
like Dan Marino. What about Dan Marino? He never won, but everybody still got him in top 5.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson they still got Calvin Johnson rated in the top 5 receiver. Randy Moss.
But when you lay your body on the line year in and year out, you're trying to win a Super Bowl. Most of those guys.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not really thinking about the Hall. Like they want to make it, but this is about the trophy. Like if you ask Brady, hey Brady, you get him 7 things back, you're a Hall of Famer. Brady gonna probably tell you, hey, look, I want them 7 things because it just takes me to another level. I'm the GOAT. He's not the GOAT without them 7 things, is he?
I mean, Joe Montana was the GOAT without 7.
He had 5 though.
All right. I got an example here. Would you rather be Dan Marino or Julian Edelman?
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
All day.
Look, Julian Edelman don't have the prestige of Dan Marino.
But listen.
Some people still consider him a great
Gatwood need to be your lawyer because he just changed my mind. So when I just thought about it, I'm like, Dan Marino, to this day, he walking in buildings and they throwing underwear at Dan Marino. He dude.
He got buildings after his name. He got streets after his name.
He's slicking his hair back and he ain't got no hair probably no more at this point.
Man, that man rolling though out doing just people using his name, his license, always getting his autographs.
I take that back. I take back what I said. I walk it all the way back.
Thanks to Gatwood.
Hey, because Dan Marino is like that dude. It's like it's some guy like Michael Jordan. It's like Michael Jordan walks in a building and it's like you can hear a rat piss on cotton. It's like Mike is here, But it's,
That's why I think NBA is a little bit different, like y'all talking about, because they let anybody in the Hall.
They let anybody.
I take a ring.
Yeah, they got Mookie.
I want to be in the Hall next to Draymond, so I'm gonna get that ring.
But let me ask you this though: which one you think Brady value more, going into the Hall or those 7 rings?
Them rings, sure. The rings, bro.
I'll probably say the rings because I say the rings because he's a troll. He trolls people. He trolls a lot of people. So I say he probably value the rings because of his personality. He likes to win. He don't like to lose.
But listen, role players. You watch role players in all levels of sports. They the reason why you win a championship. Because Andrew Wiggins the other night, and then if you look at Tom Brady, he's scoring to certain guys. Edelman he won an MVP, didn't he? Did he win an MVP?
Super Bowl.
Yeah. So you can call me a role player, long as you don't call me long as I'm not a player that. Because I think Edelman is better than a role player. I seen dude like.
Is Edelman better than Russ Walker?
They about the same. They the same player.
Yeah, they're both really good.
They're really good.
All right, let's move on to Watson. No, he's it's coming down the drain for him, man. Like it seems like every day I open up my sports feed, it's like another allegation. So right now it's up to 26. Deshaun Watson now expected to face 26 lawsuits after 2 new allegations. Wow.
Why'd they wait so long?
Trauma, man. You can't. People gotta face their fears, I guess. what was that? Who did that?
Me? Bro. Nah.
Hey,
24
you
other
hear
people done it, bro.
stories.
You can
You
face your
hear
fears after
stories
24.
of. So you saying these people are like that? Their stories of how people finally face their fears of trauma.
I think we should let RC introduce his theory first. Cause
Yeah, he
kinda-
wanted to say his theory. So let's hear the theory here.
Hey, first of all, I want to tell Deshaun, hey, free Deshaun Watson, man. It's a bull crap.
Facts.
But I don't believe every woman is a victim, and because a lot of people have motives behind things that they do, men and women. So just because we hearing that women are, this stuff is happening to women, all women aren't created equal. Some people have bad intentions and bad motives, or they have a reason for why they do certain things. But this is a weird situation. But this is not an uncommon situation in sports. Robert Kraft got caught doing this and it disappeared. Deshaun is going to be the poster child for this because it's about the only thing you can get on Deshaun. You can't dig up nothing else. And if you can't prosecute me, so I guess they feel like since they legally can't, prosecute me, and I can't. There's no charges being brought up. Let's tear this man's name down. Let's like embarrass and humiliate this person. And I think it's a joke, and it's a running joke, but it's really sad, man, because this kid just want to get back to football and he can't, and probably never really will be able to get back to playing the game he loved because people are after him. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's beliefs. I don't know if he done pissed somebody off. But this is a very, very tough situation, man. I think it's funny, but it's not because it just shows you, man, you can do everything right and just do the wrong thing at the wrong time, and then it just take off. So
See, I think that he did not majority of these women. Like I feel like he had sexual relations with at least half.
do you think he slept with these women?
Because it just yes, I think he slept with these women.
Well, if he did, I mean, they're just
Because like
consensual.
think about it. Let's think about this. All right, he go on a scavenger hunt on Instagram or Twitter, sending girls, sending different massage therapists messages out of I forgot the crazy number, 66 or something. It was like a large number of these different women he's messaging on social media. So that's telling to me right there that he's going out his way to message these women that he don't know anything about, who they are, where they're from. He just know what they do and how
You
good
got
they
a plug, man.
Because
somebody plugged him in.
I'm just saying it's amazing that some of these girls are they pretty good looking women.
Mm.
So he's seeking them out, or he's picking and choosing, which girl to message and this and that. And another thing that was telling to me was that video Gatwood sent me. Well, he liked it and it popped up on my feed. So thank you, Gatwood. This the same dude who had a porn star over his house in a May outfit. So trying to dunk on him. So I don't know. That was telling to me. I'm like, yo,
wait.
That's weird.
Hold on.
That's telling, right? Huh? What? Yeah, you didn't see the video?
He was with Mia Khalifa. That was like years ago.
Wait. My quarterback. It's crazy how every time I'm on this podcast, I always get on Jimmy Garoppolo's ass. Jimmy Garoppolo signs with the 49ers, and like weeks later, he's on a date with a porn star. One of the worst looking porn stars I ever seen. He was out with her, and that should have told us about his decision making right there. I'm like, bro, you out with a porn star at a 5-star. You eating probably feeding a lobster when you should have been giving her
Hot
salmon
dogs.
patties. I don't know. But it's crazy though, because maybe everybody has something, and maybe this is Deshaun's something. And when you hear
Yeah, that's
something like
all.
this comes out, it's like he did something wrong, and it's being highlighted. And I think he's been punished, and I think now it's time somebody's like, listen, if you don't pay us no money, or you don't do this, or you don't do that, we finna take you down through there. And that's what this is. This is somebody coming after him and
Moving
highlighting his,
scorn.
yeah,
Cause like
something.
I said, that video of him with that porn star is weird, bro. Cause he was looking like, all right, when's playtime over with? Cause it was just like,
Have you seen Mia Khalifa? You do the same,
no, she is no,
Bro,
bro.
I
bro.
promise
No,
you,
Mia
I
I
got
Khalifa,
have.
standards.
bro. Mia
I'm
Khalifa's a
sorry, but that
dime.
standard is below. No, she's not.
She could be two
Dude.
dimes. It's fine.
Bro, Mia Khalifa is a dime, bro.
So
Tyler, you said she a dime?
I said she could be two dimes. It wouldn't matter to me.
No,
Hey,
Uh-uh.
hey, get what?
yeah.
It's a train wreck. You don't want that, man. It's a
Oh, I
train
didn't
No,
say
wreck.
I
bro.
want it.
That's what I'm
I didn't
saying.
say I
Like
want. I didn't say I
that
wanted it
tell
personally.
me
I know
how
what
your
Gatwood's
standards
saying.
are.
Hold on. Gatwood's saying, let's not think about what she do. Just look at her. Okay.
I mean, that's 10 times. That's better. Natural women that look better than
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. I mean, it's preference. I mean, because I think
Nah,
Deshaun's
they just see porn star.
probably like trying to figure out, because Deshaun is if you dig in all athletes' background or even their personal lives, you're gonna find this. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna find this.
Yeah, but he's the one that's getting blasted right now. So
Right. Right.
it's his fault. He didn't tie up loose ends
It's his fault.
or plug up loose ends. So I don't know.
This has been going
I
on
don't
for
know.
so long, man. I'm so tired of it. Like I wish it would
Well,
just
guess what?
somewhat
He's about to
happen.
be gone for a year, so you're not
Hey,
gonna hear much about it.
y'all, we need to pray for Gatwood, because between James Harden and Deshaun Watson, it's been tough, bro. It's tough. Golly, I just realized
I need to do an evaluation on Gatwood.
Houston sports is a wreck. I mean, at least I got the
Wow.
Braves. At least the Braves just came off a World Series.
Yeah, that's great.
At least I have that.
Nah, it's just Houston, bro.
You ever been to
It's
Houston?
weird. Yep, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like Houston,
Too
I'm
many
trying to
people.
get to Houston. You
Too
can
many
chill.
people.
I'm trying to
Too
get to
many
Houston
people.
ASAP.
I lived outside of Houston, like on the outskirts.
Too many people. Don't like it.
You wildin'.
What do you mean? You just happy because you get to choose different flavors. That's the
Bro,
only like you sound
why
crazy.
you always do that to me, bro? Why you always do that to Gatwood?
Houston is the most diverse city in the world.
Hey,
Hey, he does do that to you, Tyler. I don't know,
see,
like
you see
It's
what I'm
always
saying,
about
Archie?
what do you mean?
It's always me, man.
I just know you like different flavors.
I don't know what you talking about, man.
He like taste the rainbow over here.
Man,
I
here.
mean, that's what Deshaun was trying to do, but then he realized the milk gone
Yeah,
bad.
he was doing a scout of his own.
Somebody plug
Uh,
Deshaun in. I guarantee you, Deshaun has a teammate or teammates who do this.
Probably so. He got over the wrong crowd, man. Now he might be gone for a year or
He
forever.
just the one that they decided to make an example of.
All right, let's go and dive into NBA. Dustin been waiting for a while. Man, we have some audio issues, Dustin. What's going on?
Not much. What's going on?
Not much, man. Yeah, we have some technical difficulties, so
I'm
that's why
sorry.
we had to start a little bit late. But let's go and dive into what everybody's talking about right now. The Warriors beat the Celtics 104-94. I mean, I think what stood out most in this game to me was how much Wiggins was killing them. on the offense side of the ball. They didn't have no answer for Wiggins. To be honest, I didn't know Wiggins' bag was that deep. Man, he completely like took over, and he scored when he needed to score. He just didn't force shots. I mean, he picked and choose what he wanted to do. He went at it. I
And
guess after a while, he realized like, man, these people can't guard me.
he's a good defender.
Yeah,
He was
so
locking Jason Tatum down.
Yeah, he nice, man. Wasn't he the number one pick?
Yep. He got
I
sent.
mean,
He got drafted number 1 by the Cavs, and they traded him straight to Minnesota for K Love.
Uh-huh.
It's funny because
so
he when he got drafted number 1, Jason Tatum tweeted that Jabari Parker was better than Andrew Wiggins.
Huh.
oh wow,
Yeah, somebody
so he took it personal.
quoted the
Go
tweet and
ahead.
tagged Andrew Wiggins and said, "Bro, you see this?"
Yeah, he getting a front row seat to it.
Man,
So go ahead, RC.
I think Warriors are continuing to finesse the league, man. This is unfair. You get a number one. You got the number one pick, a number one pick on your team. Who every time the Warriors get players that other people couldn't develop or get to play at a certain level, it's bad news for the NBA. Like this is scary because they ain't even James Wiseman hadn't played yet, and you got to understand like they developed Gary Payton Jr. They developed in Jordan Poole
Hmm.
because he was not that good at Michigan. You better beat Golden State now because it's going to get crazy.
Especially with the emergent of cause they did get Peyton back and everything, so that's even more firepower.
Going
Dustin,
7 though.
did you see this? A lot of people saying that. Dustin, do you see this game going like that with Wiggins exploding on offense?
I don't know. He's had a couple big games in the playoffs. I haven't seen him have like 2 really good games in a row, but if he has another game, every game he has like that, the Warriors are probably gonna win. Because I mean, Steph's not gonna go 0 for 9 from the 3-point line 2 games in a row. So yesterday actually was a good chance for the Celtics to. They really should. Anytime Steph go 0 for 9, that's a game you got to win, regardless of Andrew Wiggins. But he's the X factor. He's the main X factor in the series. I'd say most definitely.
Yeah, well, what can the Celtics do to slow down the Warriors at this point?
I mean, apparently nothing because Steph Curry had 12 points and they still won. I wish James Harden could have had that help his whole life.
He did. Y'all just missed 23 threes or whatever. How many y'all missed that night?
27.
Go watch the highlights.
27.
Go watch the highlights and tell me it wasn't rigged.
I'm not even gonna get on this tonight, Gatwood. But y'all had your chance, and now you seen your boy Curry, and them boys taking it to another next level. And for me, with the Celtics, how they run their offense, man, Warriors they set themselves up for great shots and great penetration because how they move the ball around. They got a lot of 3-point shooters, so they do a lot of cutting and slashing. And I just like how the Warriors offense is a little bit more smoother than the Celtics. I just hate all this standing around a 3-point line.
I think
You
the
know what?
Celtics, they need a point guard.
There it is, right there, Gatwood. Give Gatwood 10 points, somebody. There it is, right there.
Yeah, because it's too much standing around. It's like they like, okay, Tatum, do his little thing, drive, kick out. Everybody else just standing around 3-point line. It's not moving. It's just everybody just waiting to shoot the three instead of being like Wiggins attacking and getting an easier shot.
Yeah, they take some tough shots.
A bunch of ISO. It's either Brown or Tatum ISO most of the time.
Yeah,
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown take some really tough shots.
yeah, especially Brown. Well, Taylor had a couple tough shots in that series, and well in that game. It just is not working. That style of basketball, I feel like it's gonna be that style of basketball gonna fade away eventually. Because if you get players like Wiggins that can get to the basket and get easier shots, I mean that's way more effective than being easier. And it won't be easier to guard either if you have players that's a little bit more energetic in the offense side of the ball instead of the standing still type offense,
Yeah,
and it's showing.
I got a question. Y'all think Curry is the
I think the Celtics.
easiest player to ever play with? Like, do you think he's just somebody that anybody can play
Yeah,
with just because of the way he
I believe.
plays?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, because he don't he takes a lot of shots, but sometimes he be like, all right, you feeling it. I don't get my teammates involved. I can turn on anytime. I can knock down threes anytime I want to. I can get the separation. But he runs within the offense when he have to. He can run the offense side of the ball. It's crazy how he can flip that switch on and off. He's like, okay, I'm gonna be a true point guard. Okay, now I'm about to be a scorer. It's kind of crazy how he can take a back seat to 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 even like players like Wiggins. When Wiggins was
He
there, he
aggravates the
kind
shit out. Listen, man,
he
I'm gonna
took a
tell you,
back seat. He
I
got he
watch
was
him
like,
play.
okay,
He aggravates me because he shoots you out of a game. Like they got lucky. And I'm gonna tell you why. What's the coach from Boston? Emeka Idoka. You gotta have the difference in this series is Golden State has a bench that come in and give Clay and Steph. They give them a breather. They can come in and get buckets. I don't know who on that bench that can spell Jaylen Brown. They can't take both of them out at all. They play too many minutes, and I saw them shooting free throws, just all upper body, not using their legs. They were drained. They were tired. They had to work for everything. I don't know what. I know Smart is a great defender, but he's not a great point guard. So in my mind, it's Steph getting away with a lot of. He's a great player, but them some bad shots, man. Like I saw Steph do something that would have had me running when I was playing basketball. Like, dude, you literally just came up the court because you haven't shot the ball well and just shot it from mid court. Like, as soon as you walk past the logo, you just jacked it up, and we up. See, when he take bad shots, they stay in transition, and it's
yeah,
like, man, it has worked because he is easy to play with because he's a team first guy, but Jordan Poole's starting to think he's Steph Curry. He takes some bad shots. And
hmm
it's like, you can't do what Steph do, man. You're trying to literally be Steph Curry, Stephen Curry while he's still on the team. And I just, it just hadn't caught up with him yet.
yeah, the Curry
That buzzer
effect.
beater he hit was cold though. Jordan Poole
And
hit.
again,
Nah, that was all bad boy. I hit one that
I
was
know
up the net
it was
in
still
high
cold
school.
though. It was cold. But Ben, that was the NBA Finals though.
He talking about in high school.
I'm just playing, man. Yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty dope. But
but I
it
think,
just. Oh, go ahead.
I think if y'all really look at it though, Steph, like if they win the championship this year, man, it's almost a given that you're gonna see some guys line up trying to play with. He's that guy.
Yeah,
Like
LeBron
LeBron
already
did.
seen it. He
He's
already seen it.
serious. Ain't gonna just be him though. You're gonna see other veterans trying to get over there.
Yeah,
Like
LeBron threw his hat in the ring. Of
like
course he
Otto
did.
Porter
How
getting the
can you be
ring.
all time great if you do that? Like, come on, bro.
But
Ben, we gotta do this
I'm
to
saying
me.
Otto Porter, somebody like Otto Porter is getting the ring. You're gonna see
Yeah,
other veterans trying to get over there and get a ring.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because the Warriors got a great recipe for winning and being a team first type team. I mean, we haven't seen that since what Spurs they play as a team.
Yeah.
For the Bucks play as a team too. So
But
I can say that.
I think Milwaukee should have been there, man.
Yeah, if
Milwaukee would have
Westbrook
been
didn't
in the
get hurt.
finals. Yeah.
They would have beat the Warriors too.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup for the Warriors.
Terrible
I
matchup.
agree with that.
Yeah,
They
they
don't have
tall.
nobody to stop Giannis.
But the
Like I
Heat,
said, the Bucks are a big team. The Warriors wouldn't have nobody bang with them at all.
You think the Heat would have had a better shot against the
Nah,
Warriors?
Hell no.
Yeah,
nah. The Heat does the same thing with their offense. The Heat does the same thing, and
That
sometimes they go
ball
on
gets tough.
cold streaks, and sometimes they go on cold streaks too.
you don't think Bam would have gave him
They
a
don't
little
score
problem?
enough.
Warriors some problems?
No.
Nah,
Hell
he
no.
don't. He's just not offensive juggernaut like
Listen,
that.
my favorite player for the Golden State Warriors, I troll him a lot, is Looney. Looney
That's
can't
it.
jump. He can't jump over trash over a coke can, but he just does everything in slow motion, and it just works out in his favor. And he always look tired. Like the game just be starting, he walk out there, his shoulders be down, he already tired. He's like, and I'm like, how is this guy even in the NBA? Like, because he's like a throwback guy. He's like Bill Cartwright or somebody, Bill or a Will Purdue type player. And he
Yeah,
just does his job, and he just goes sit down, and they call him back out there again, and he just always have this unconcerned look on his face, and
he just do what he
he's a
do.
Golden State Warrior at heart. You can tell that's a Golden State Warrior player.
You know who's a
Cause
dog though? Robert Williams is a dog.
Oh yeah,
I like him.
yeah.
yeah, I like him too. He played with a lot
I
of
hate
guys.
watching Draymond play though. I hate watching Draymond play.
Bro, Buddy don't even look at the rim. Like, damn. You're not even gonna look.
Hey,
You're
he
not even
just
gonna act
toss it
like
up
you want to
there.
shoot, Phil.
Hey,
That's
man,
why.
but
That's
hey,
why
he
I don't
game,
see
but
how
he had a
people.
good game though. He bounced back. He bounced
I don't
back.
see how people can kind of compare him to Dennis Rodman. I don't care if Rodman don't shoot threes. Rodman changes the game. Like he has an impact. He can actually play defense. Draymond be fighting, bro. He be fighting people, bro. He plays so dirty to me. He don't lock anybody up. He just impede your
I know.
progress. He trips you.
Who was that?
And
He grabbed. Was that
Bro, he
Wiggins? He
put
grabbed from
he put
behind and threw
Jason
him
Tatum
down.
in a headlock, bro.
I
On the free throw line,
See,
bro.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't help your teammates out. Cause we just looking at you like, what are you doing, man? Like, it's not a fire up type play.
I
It's
ain't
like,
gonna lie.
oh, look at Draymond getting after it. No, it's just like, what are you doing?
I ain't gonna lie. I might have to walk back my him being better than Rodman K.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, bro,
Fine.
I could have told you
Yeah.
that.
He's still getting in the hall though.
Let me add, but listen. So if you take Bobby Portis and you swapped him with Draymond Green, you still winning championships in Golden State. If you took
Yeah,
who's another defender like Montrezl Harrell can do what he does. Like everybody makes this
you
big
know,
deal like
yeah.
he has a high basketball IQ. No, he just talks a lot. He talks his way into like Draymond's the type of guy. He'll make you think you'll believe he can make tires from scratch. He talks so much, so it's like I don't think he's like he think he's in the same category as Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and those people. Like, dude, you crazy.
He'll get
Like,
crushed.
I think his basketball IQ is nice though.
well,
But
how
I
smart?
think
How
I think he's a good facilitator.
that's what I'm saying. His basketball IQ is
But
up there, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's a great defender. I think he just get under people's skin like Lance Stevenson. I think
He's
he
a,
just
he's
know
a
how.
he's
I
a
don't think
solid.
he's a great defender. I don't think he's a great defender as everybody give him credit for. He
He's the
just do
king.
things.
The king of the triple single.
Yeah.
hey, who you think is
Like
more
that meme I
smarter,
sent you.
Pat Riley or Phil Jackson? Who you think is who would you consider a genius when it
A
comes to
genius.
basketball?
Oh,
That's tough.
I don't know. They
I'm gonna
have
tell
two
you.
different playing styles.
I mean, it
Everybody
depends
gonna
on what
say
you're
Phil
talking
Jackson
about.
had Michael. Cause
I
they're gonna
mean,
say he had
Phil.
Michael and Kobe.
But I mean, Phil. I think Phil was a better coach, but Pat Riley is definitely the better, like front office guy.
Watch
Because I
this.
don't remember Pat Riley having a lot of success coaching. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, you wrong. But you right.
He had Heat. What teams he had? The
coach the
Heat,
Knicks
No,
too.
no.
the
He was
No,
Knicks,
Lakers.
the
He was
Heat,
he
he
Knicks.
coached
won
Magic
5
with the
championships with
Lakers.
the Lakers.
Yeah, with Magic.
Yeah,
Pat
but watch
Riley.
this. This is where he's right. Because Phil Jackson, look who Phil Jackson coached, man.
He legit coached like 3.
You don't have to be
top 5
too
ever.
smart to have, like, dude. Okay, that triangle offense, that's Tex Winter. But look who he had. He had one of the best defenders to ever play the game. He had one of the best players to ever play the game. He had the second best player in my mind to play the game. He had the most dominant player to play the game. And he did it all in an era where when Jordan was dominant, nobody else was dominating. When Shaq and Kobe, it's like Pat Riley took older guys, and then it's like the Knicks should have won championship, but that was a Jordan. It's like, the reason why I said that is it's preference when it comes to Dennis Rodman and Draymond. If you want somebody out there who could be a coach one day, take Draymond. If you want somebody that's going to lock your ass up and get you 15 rebounds a night and go home and drink like 60 beers, you take Dennis Rodman. He bring his hard hat. I don't believe Draymond is... I wouldn't pick him over Dennis Rodman because I don't think he's what he say he is. In this era, he can because there's nobody that plays that way. But it's preference.
I got a question for y'all. Would y'all take Draymond Green or Tayshaun Prince?
They don't play the same position.
Prince played
Ben Wallace. You have to do Ben Wallace.
Well, Prince played the 1 through 4.
Yeah, but he ain't guarding. He ain't doing what Draymond do. Like,
from what I expect,
Tayshaun Prince.
Tayshaun Prince could lock players. Oh, he guarded plenty of players that was like bigger and phony him.
Ben, you think Tayshaun Prince getting in the Hall of Fame?
No, just like Draymond. Why you trying to make jokes?
That was a legit question.
Tayshaun Prince ain't getting in the hallway.
Because I legit wouldn't have been surprised if you said yes.
He getting in the hallway.
Tayshaun Prince.
Huh?
So is Bruce Bowen getting in the Hall of Fame?
Nah, I wouldn't put him in there.
Bruce Bowen?
Yeah.
Bruce Bowen, that's tough.
He is tough.
I mean, I wouldn't. He can be an honorable mention, but I wouldn't put him in there.
Honorable
mention.
And Spurs, my boys,
He's seen him.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I'm with him on that.
I'm taking PJ Tucker over Draymond.
Exactly.
That would get out of here, bro. Y'all,
you want to
need to quit, bro.
At least PJ can hit a corner 3.
That's
Hall
true.
of Fame?
That's true.
Not Hall of Fame.
No, it's just better.
Oh, I mean, of course, Draymond is tailored to play for the Warriors. We're not gonna deny that. But yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Draymond played for the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dustin. He got extremely blessed. His mama's plugged in with God because
his mama and grandma was praying because he went to the exact right team he needs to go to.
All right, let's do a little game here. Plug Draymond into the Phoenix Suns. They better or are they still the same?
I'm taking Mikal Bridges over Draymond.
They better. He fits that team.
Out of there.
Okay, who's he replacing?
First of all,
who's he replacing?
Huh?
Who's he replacing?
That's a good question.
Jay Crowder.
I'm
not mad.
There we go.
Well, I'm not mad at that though.
But listen, Draymond can't play on nobody else's team but Golden State because of his attitude, man. He gonna rub somebody the wrong way. He gonna get punched in the eye. Like, you can't. Did you see what he did to Steve Kerr the other night when he wanted Steve Kerr to challenge that play? He jumped up and down screaming at Steve Kerr. I'm like, dude, like, y'all winning, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, he talked to his coaches and his teammates. Like, he called KD a B word. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, ain't nobody taking that. Can you imagine him and Chris Paul in a huddle?
That is very true. I could not imagine that.
I don't think they've been hostile towards each other.
Nah,
switch.
It's a thing around the league about Chris Paul. They say he rubbed people the wrong way too.
Like, when you get done with Chris Paul, you don't have no skin. Like, you ever seen that the huddle when James Harden kind of
slapped him
out? Yeah.
Slap. Come on, bro. Listen, man. Draymond is tailored. See, there's 3 Dennis Rodmans. There's the Detroit Piston, sober. There's the I'm finding myself. Dennis Rodman went to the Lakers. He went to San Antonio, and then there's the drunk, high, just whatever's left of me. Dennis Rodman that was with Chicago, and he went to every team and he led them in rebounding. If you stuck Draymond in Milwaukee, he'll ruin that. Like Giannis English would be perfect. Like Giannis would talk perfect English when he get done with Draymond because he's a agitator, bro. He do unnecessary stuff to keep himself relevant. He's not a great basketball player. I don't think he's a great basketball player. I think he, like my boy said, Dustin, he's extremely blessed.
I agree.
He's saying that Sierra prayer.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Okay, you switch Smart and Draymond. What happens?
You can't.
That'd be worse.
That'd
That'd be worse. He can't score. And plus, Smart. He's a big piece to the Celtics.
Iman Shumpert said when Draymond they don't fear the Warriors without Draymond because he gives them that attitude. But it's really just a. You ever been around a guy who talked a lot, but it was like all energy, and then it's time to fight, and it's like, man, let's talk about this. It's like Draymond. He goes after Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is like a nice guy. He ain't going at Robert Williams at all ever.
Jaylen Brown wanted that smoke with him though.
Yeah, but it was jump up.
Yeah.
But Robert Williams walks around like he's.
Oh no.
Like,
he really haven't said nothing to Marcus Smart.
But man, listen, Robert Williams probably don't talk to his teammates. He just be walking around out there like, I'm just here to play basketball.
Like he got it on him.
He Marshawn Lynch. He has that demeanor. But I don't think Draymond, like how he tried to handle Charles Barkley, you can't lace Charles Barkley's shoes right now. Like Charles Barkley is a better player than you, man. Like he was a better player than you. Like you can't stop talking like you that guy. He's like he has that Kenneth Swift syndrome.
Buddy with Shaq, get on that no rings joke.
That's another thing too. The rings elevate him. But
that's why I say he gonna get in. He gonna get in off the rings in that defensive player of the year alone.
Yeah, he probably like I said, NBA they just put anybody in the NBA in the Hall of Fame. So I don't want to be shocked, but they need to really consider not putting him in. Cause he just haven't done anything. What records, what stat has he led in?
Yeah, don't do that.
Like
don't do that. Cause
what's that?
Who did Ben tell us was going to the Hall? And did he say Tim Hardaway Jr. was supposed to be in the Hall of Fame?
Tim Hardaway
he said Tim Hardaway wasn't going to the Hall. He said Ben said Tim Hardaway wasn't going to the Hall of Fame, and he said Chris Bosh was going to the Hall of Fame.
I don't understand.
So you talking about he ain't led no stats? What has Tim Hardaway? Y'all can school me because I'm young.
Tim Hardaway was a
what has he done
during that time?
What has he done?
Bro, listen, the NBA ain't letting anybody. They need to cut this out. So if Sean Kemp is not in the Hall of Fame, let that marinate on your spirit. Like he's not in the Hall of Fame. You don't put Penny Hardaway in the Hall of Fame, but you put Grant Hill in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
they both were injured. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Like and subscribe to our social media accounts. They will be located in the show notes. Also, we have a merchandise store now. Check it out on podsquadinc.com. Thank you guys for the love and support. We out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright.